F is homomorphism from G to G bar, and H is subgroup of G, then if kernel of F contains n element, then F is n to 1. That means n elements from G are mapped on one element. That means obviously it is identity element. Mapping from G onto G bar. Now, what is given? Given is order of kernel of F is equal to n. And what is kernel? Kernel of F is a set which contains the element of G, those element of G, X, which are mapped on identity, that is Fx is equal to E bar, where E bar is element of this, right? But this is kernel F is n, that means these X are n elements, or in extended form, kernel F contains x1, x2, x3, xn element of G which map, that means we can say xi is equal to identity. I varies from where? I varies from 1 to n. So these n elements. Now let G be any element of G, then G kernel F contains which element? Obviously this G will be multiplied to each element. That means Gx1, Gx2, Gxn, right? And these obviously element of G, or you can say this belong to G. Now one more thing I want to tell. If G belong to kernel F, then it is actually coset. It is coset of kernel F. Then obviously, because kernel F is subgroup, so these elements are not new element. And if G, that means, okay, I write, if G belong to kernel F, then G kernel F is equal to kernel F, right? Because G kernel F is the subgroup, and in this case, by the closure property, this G kernel F will not produce new element. And if G not belong to kernel F, then G kernel F, or we can say they are disjoint, disjoint to kernel F, that is equal to phi, empty. Why? This is from the properties of coset. We know these coset property. Two cosets are either equal or disjoint. This we have proved. So now if we discuss these two cases, obviously from kernel f we see this function f, this function, because I varies from 1 to n, that means all the image of this x1 is identity, image of x2 is identity, all element has image identity. That means this is obviously an element, right? So I write this. If it is not different, kernel f, then obviously you can see the first case, that means if this case I consider, that means x1 mapping on E bar, x2 mapping on E bar, x3 mapping on E bar, and xn mapping on E bar. So obviously it is n to 1 mapping, right? But in this case also, now if G not element from kernel F, in this case what happen? These become G, that means each element is composite of G and Xi. That means now this element will map where? This element will map G E bar. Why? Why this happen? Because you can understand, if I apply F on Gx1, because F is the homomorphism, so I can write Fg Fx1, and this Fx1 from here, this is Fg E bar, and finally we get Fg, and this is element of Fg bar. So again we get that F is n to 1 mapping. Again F is n to 1 mapping. So one thing I want to request you, some question may differ from the book, so kindly I request all that they verify themselves and find mistakes. If they are able to spot some mistakes, so write in the comment box so that it can be improved. Right? Thank you. Okay, we do example. Suppose G is 1 minus 1 iota minus iota, and G bar I take 1 minus 1. Right? That means I define F like this. I define Fx is equal to x square. That means this is 1 minus 1 iota minus iota, and here is 1 minus 1, and this is F. This is G, this is G bar. I define like this. Fx is equal to x square mean this element goes to here, and this element also goes to here. Now this I goes to here and this goes to here. That means what is kernel F? So kernel F in this case is 1 minus 1, right? Now I have to show Now, because here kernel of f is 2, so I show f is 2 to 1 mapping. I show f is 2 1 mapping. Right? See, I take any element, let G belong to G, then G kernel F is equal to G minus G. If I take G 1 or minus 1, if G is equal to 1, then obviously it is the same element. G 1 or minus 1, then G kernel F is equal to, in both cases, this is this, and obviously you can see these two elements 1 and minus 1 are mapping on 1, these two elements. So F is 2 1 mapping, that means 2 elements map on 1 element. Second thing, what possibility I can take? If G is equal to I or minus I, in both cases, or minus I, then G kernel F is equal to I minus I. In both cases, if I take G I, then also this, and I take minus I, then also this. Again, you can see these two elements I minus I mapping on minus 1. So again F is 2 1 mapping. That means as per this theorem F is n to 1. But here I have showed, because the case I took, the element, the number of element in kernel F is 2, and in this case this n become 2, right?